Shakespearean line. The whole world is a stage, and we are all performers or actors. If you think about this, there is a lot more to it. Why can't we become better actors when we accept the fact that the world is a stage and we are actors? So I'm at a place in Thrissur district. Thrissur is known as the cultural capital of Kerala. I'm at the campus of School of Drama and Performing Arts, Thrissur, which is the department under Calicut University. I have been associated with theatre performances right from my childhood. I've been fortunate to have worked with lots of people from the field of theatre. So today, I am taking you all to the campus of School of Drama and Performing Arts, Thrissur. We are going to explore the beautiful campus, which is, you can say it's nature's blessing. You can find the greenery everywhere in the campus. And we are also going to see how important is the study of drama and performing arts, theatre, important in the personality development of every individual. So if you take the Shakespearean quote literally, the whole world is a stage and we are all actors, I think we should become very good actors. If you take it metaphorically, life itself is that performance, and we can make our lives better by learning the nuances of better performance. So let us go around. I'll be talking to the faculty here, and we will be exploring the campus. We will get to know more about the theatre practices followed here in School of Drama. So let's go. Hi, as I have told you, I'm at School of Drama and Performing Arts, Thrissur. I'm going to interact with the head of the department, Dr. Srijit Ramanan, assistant professor. He would be with us. I would walk around the campus with Srijit sir and interact with him. First of all, let me welcome Srijit sir to our YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Join us. I would love to know, as well as my viewers, your area of research. I know you have a doctorate now.
Yes.
You are the head of the department of School of Drama and Performing Arts. What is the area you have researched on?
Well, I recently completed my PhD, and it's awarded, 2 months back only.
Okay.
So I was concentrated on acting. So my topic is acting in context, body, performance, and system of acting training in contemporary theatre. So I was focusing on intercultural acting training process. So I participated in different projects like Hiroshi Koike Bridge project. So that was it's like a longest project. It took care several years to come. It's not yet completed. So the director Hiroshi Koike, he took actors from Southeast Asian countries.
Okay.
So then he did a project based on Mahabharata. So it was very unique and interesting project.
Where was it done?
It was in different countries actually. Okay. So part by part he did in different countries like Malaysia, India, and the last one he did in Indonesia. So I was part of his 2-part actually. So it was an amazing experience because we worked with different cast from different countries. Means like from Taiwan, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan. So working with these different bodies, this different cultural background, that help us to understand more about our culture, more about our body.
Okay.
So when we understand the other body, it helps us to understand our body better. So then I worked with Philip Sterling, one of the big project, Attempts on Her Life. That was also around 11 actors participated from all over the world. So it was kind of an enriching experience for me to go into the deeper level of acting training.
What is the duration for of that
Which one?
which you attended? How long was it? This whole
A process, the Indonesian project that was around 55 days project. Yeah.
intense.
Intense training from morning to night. Only weekend only we will get 1 off. Otherwise, the whole day we were working together. So it's that all this kind of a experience actually helped me to write this thesis. And also what my methodology, what I am trying to develop and what I am trying to follow, I try to grab the different things from different practitioners. So all this I am trying to reframe, recontextualize according to the our socio-political situation.
okay.
So, mainly in India, I worked in 2 different institutions, one in Hyderabad Central University, one here in Thrissur School of Drama. So these 2 spaces I have created a completely different acting training methodology for these students. So I was also analyzing the process that I have gone through. So for the betterment of the future purpose. So all these things came to
So it's
my
like
PhD.
you say that an actor's body is conditioned by the cultural context.
Yes, no doubt. The geographical condition is geographical situation is one of the
Major factors.
major factor in this. Culturing the body.
So you are trying to decondition the actor from the cultural situation.
Yes, absolutely. Because when we are coming into this kind of a theater space, a theater school, we come with a lot of habitual patterns from our geographical condition.
Yeah.
Maybe even if you are coming from urban condition or local situation, you carry a lot of things with you. So we need to demolish, we need to eradicate these kind of unwanted things from our body. We need to create a kind of a neutral body to begin, to start, to go forward. So that's
I think,
one of the
and,
major. That's the things actually happening in theater acting training process.
And that is the thing I think even in music
Yes,
training, the
right.
kind of dispelling the unwanted influences. It's very interesting. Yeah. So in theater, like in your main practice as a theater person,
Yes, yeah.
you are trying to concentrate not only in the PhD thesis,
Yeah.
but in your working space.
Yeah.
Your focus is on this.
Yes, not only acting, I am also directing plays, and also I was into theater.
Yes,
theater
yes.
I worked as the technical director of ITFOK around 5 years.
5 years. Okay. How
Actually,
was that experience?
That experience was
how has it changed your approach to theater?
because what is in Kerala theatre, what we are lacking here is the arts management. That's a major problem that we are facing. If you look at the Kerala theatre, we have a lot of possibilities. We have very rich tradition, classical, folk, ritualistic tradition. But if you look at the contemporary theatre, we are facing a lot of problem. Mainly, we don't have a good theatre spaces like theatre complex, if you call it like proscenium or kind of a black box. We don't have good spaces. Another thing, theater management. We don't have efficient people in this particular area. So if you overcome all these 2 major areas, we can create a better theater here.
Nice.
So that's why when I came to India, when I came to Kerala after studying Singapore, so I thought about why don't I stick concentrate more on this other aspect apart from acting and direction. So that's why I started to assist Kerala Sangeeta Academy. Then I went to International Theatre Festival of Kerala. So I worked as a technical director. I tried to manage around 100 people under my guidance to different kind of like stage management, house management, deputy stage manager. All these things we don't have any course or we don't have any previous training in this area. So we need to equip lot of people into that particular area. Then only we can go
Purely
forward.
skill-based
Yes,
thing.
yes.
So plus from that, it's like you have shifted to kind of now let me create the ambience,
Yes.
which will help theater flourish.
That was the main motto behind switching into all this different area.
Okay. So another thing, see, I had the good fortune of being associated with some of the giants from the field of theatre.
Yeah.
But I am nobody, I would say. But it has helped me a lot as a person in my profession. In developing lots of skills, and indirectly, it's like there is a software which we do not know how it gets into the system. So one of the things which I have seen is the drastic shift from stage based performances to
Yes.
open performances.
Right, you're
So I have, as you told me, like this is going to be one of the places where you're going to
Yes,
develop
yes,
that.
we are
Could you
going-
please say about the shift and what is going to happen here?
Yes, yeah, you are right, absolutely right. We theatre makers, used to, come out from the, proscenium kind of a place. So, it started, like 70s onwards. There was a drastic change in theatre. Instead of, inside in a closed space.
Yeah.
Most of the plays earlier happened in the closed space.
Yes, yes.
So people were, became fed up with that kind of a place, and then they started to create a new theatre and exploring new spaces.
Maybe integrating it with life and nature.
Yes, right. So we have this place. We have a lot of possibilities. It is 18 acres land surrounded by paddy field.
You can see it
So
how
this
beautiful
place-
and
yeah, this
you know,
place actually donated by our first central finance minister, Dr. John Mathai. So it was his own space. He stayed here. So his house is the place that the economics department belongs now.
That's how we can see at the entrance his
Yeah.
statue is
So,
there.
that-
And it is also named as
Dr. John Mathai
John Mathai Center. Dr. John Mathai Center.
So he handed over this place to the university. So they started like School of Drama and Fine Arts and Economics. These two departments were the mother department.
Okay.
So we are very lucky actually, to be here because, we can utilize all these spaces. Any
So
kind
like
of
a totally organic
any kind of a place we
theatre
can do it here.
place.
Even if you wanted to do the Greek place, so look at the architecture here. We can quickly transform this place like a Greek play or Shakespeare play or whatever, whichever way you wanted to make it. You can utilize that. So we are going to build our open air theatre here.
here. Okay.
And one of our agriculture minister, Sunil Kumar sir, so he actually took initiative to give this project to us.
Wonderful.
So we are going to spend around 1.5 crore to build this unique space.
So this area maybe in another how many years time we can
Within 1 year.
1 year, wow,
1
that's
year
superb.
we are going to finish it. And also we recently we got one more project, that is Black Box.
Okay.
So
What is that? Could you please
It's another experimental space. It's that place we can utilize in a multiple way because the seating going to be movable. Even light and sound booth will be movable. So you can create any kind of a theater inside this square space. It's a of course it's a black color. The lighting lighting is like a fly system. It can come down. So all the new technology we can introduce in this particular spaces. So we got around 8 crore to build this space. So after 4-5 years, this space become like an international space.
We are waiting as a theatre lover. I am personally, waiting to see such a tremendous change in the campus. This campus has produced some of the giants in the field of theatre.
Theatre and film, television.
And, in all fields related to art and performance, we
Right,
have
right,
great
right.
people. Even in the field of sculpture,
Yes.
kind of,
Yeah.
that kind of work as well. A lot of great people have come out from this campus, and I would like to know something about the initial days of this campus, like.
It was started at 1977.
Okay.
No, officially it was the founder director was Professor G. Shankarapillai. He was one of the very eminent theatre practitioner. He was a playwright, theatre scholar, director. So he was the one actually behind this. The whole idea of
That is his vision.
His vision, theatre institute. People should study about theatres. You should know about drama. They need to develop practice system. So he was the one took initiative to start this one, along with a lot of people like, P.K. Venukuttan Nair, Kavalam Narayana Panikar, and, G. Venu, Krishnan Nambudiri sir, Professor S. Ramanujam, then R. Raju. Those were legend during that time.
Exactly.
So those people took a lot of initiative, a lot of energy to, to materialize this particular, theatre institute. Later on, the different, eminent theatre practitioners like A.K. Nambiar, Dr. Mogeri Ramachandran, Dr. Vaila Vasudevan Pillai, all those people were contributed to this institution in different times.
I think when we come here, we can sense that kind of an energy.
Yes,
you
right, you're right.
I think the campus gives you that kind of a vibe where you suddenly become liberated from all unwanted, fetters within. And,
Yes.
that's what I think an actor or performer requires, right?
Yeah.
And I have with me the assistant professor of School of Drama Performing Arts, Sri Vinod P. Narayan. He would be telling us about the academic practices of School of Drama, what is the curriculum like, what are the courses offered here. See, this episode especially is for all those viewers here who would like to know what are the courses they can take up in higher studies related to theatre. And he would be telling us everything about the curriculum, the syllabus, the kind of practices followed here. Plus, I would like to add on to this that I had the good fortune of working with him in some place. That was way back in 97, 98 when I was in Pondicherry University where I was doing my post-graduation. He was there with a whole wonderful team of theatre personalities from School of Drama and various other institutes from Kerala. So we had lots of great times. So it's like a journey back in time when I met him. So he would be sharing with us a lot more about this campus, the courses offered here. So I'm so happy to have him with us on my channel today, Sri Vinod P. Narayan. Welcome.
Yes,
Vinod.
Santosh, thank you. And apart from Pondicherry University course, which offers a master's in theatre arts, School of Drama offers a full-fledged course on theatre. We have BTA, that's Bachelor of Theatre Arts, offering undergraduation of 3-year course. We have Masters, which is a MTA, a Master of Theatre Arts, which is a 2-year course. We have MA Music and MPhil as well as in theatre and as well as music, and also a research degree, PhD. So it's a full-fledged department.
Okay.
Our intake is around 18 students for the BTA and 11 students for MTA, almost 10 for MPhil, and PhD depends upon the availability. And for music, we have 20 students, MA Music.
So what is the eligibility for BTA?
Eligibility is experience in theatre plus plus 2.
Okay, okay.
But mostly people who have completed graduations in other sociology or English literature or Malayalam literature join here for BTA. And for masters, the eligibility is any degree with 55% mark and experience in theatre. So that's it.
So do they have a separate entrance exam or interview?
Yes, it's we have a very good scrutiny. That's application scrutiny, the lower level. And we have an interview, face-to-face interview. And this time it was an online face-to-face interview due to COVID. We have face-to-face interview, and after that we have a written examination, which deals the questions deals with the general awareness of theatre. And after that we have a 4-day theatre workshop.
Oh, wonderful.
So most of them will actually know. It's like a glimpse of the entire course. So if they want to leave, they can leave. So they will know
So
the
it's like
practical.
it's basically testing their aptitude.
Yes, it's like not only aptitude. They will have an idea of what they're going to do in the 3 years.
Oh,
So they can decide if they want to join or not.
that's a very good thing. It's a kind of
It's practical as well as the theoretical classes for 4 days. It's a residential workshop.
okay.
So that's the thing. And here actually the entire degree is master's and as well as undergraduation is residential. And we almost start the classes, practical classes on theatre exercises or yoga, kalari, kudiyatam at 7 o'clock, early morning 7 o'clock. Maybe sometimes 8 o'clock to 9:30. And then the regular class starts at 10 o'clock till 5 o'clock. And after that, the rehearsal starts at like maybe 8 o'clock to, goes around to 11 or 12 o'clock night. So that's actually the timings. And while we have workshops, again, it's a different schedule. We usually bring people from outside Kerala, experts from Kerala, outside Kerala. And we have like in per semester, students can get a workshop of international personalities. The people come around from all over the world and we have workshops with them. It
They have
might be
great
like 1 day,
exposure.
3 days, 7 days, maybe 1 month. And we have a 1 month production-oriented workshop, and an expert comes from maybe anywhere in India and do a production for the students. Second is like our faculty also directs a play for them, and they have student productions, which is their examinations each semester.
Okay.
So a student of BTA will at least participate as a designer or as an actor for entire at least 30 plays. So
Wow,
that's a tremendous experience as a designer or as an actor. And also like we have, as I said, experts coming like for the music also. We have concerts. We do travel to festivals, and most of our plays are performed in the International Theatre Festival of Thrissur, which is a great event. And we have also collaborative programs with other institutions and universities. We had with Wimbledon College, London, and we had some interactions with the Korean embassy. And so for the French, a lot of French people, we had a collaborative project. So we have always have collaborative projects.
Those who
performance-oriented
are
projects, yes.
drama theatre aspirants, many students I have seen who would love to know a lot about what I can do, how I can do a course, what is the eligibility. I think sir has briefed everything about how a course is designed, what are the things you have got to study there. So it's a life-changing experience once you get into theatre. So what about the faculty? How many are there in the campus?
Faculty, we have like now 5 plus 3 new appointments. So we have around 8 permanent faculty and 3 guest faculties. Apart from the physical trainers like yoga, kalari, and Kudiyatam, folk artist, we have permanent faculties of 8.
What do you specialize in, sir?
I'm here. I joined here as a classical Indian theatre teacher, traditional teacher, but I do teach for post-graduation stage management, semiotics, and all the theories. I'm also an actor trainer.
Yeah, I know. So we will explore more about the campus. We will move around with sir, and Srijit sir is also with us. We will have more discussions and see what a rich resource we have here in this wonderful campus. Stay with us. Another thing I would like to know is what do they do after they graduate, these students?
Actually, like we have tremendous opportunities, but everything depends upon the student. Actually, most of them turn up as freelancers. They do workshops. They act in plays. They join theatre companies as designers, actors, or directors. They do freelance directing mostly, and also workshops. That's the main area where we can say. But then we have other opportunities, like people get into the television media as floor managers or as creative directors. We have people working as models. We have even one of our students working in Bollywood.
Oh, wonderful.
We have in Bombay ad industries. We have models, students, actors, and many of our pioneers. I mean, the early students are very established film directors and actors. Even my I can say 10 to 15 students are into films. That's again another area, television and films.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we have a lot of applied theatre activities, like theatre therapy. Some people are working for theatre therapy in autism students, kids. Then we have people working in prison as facilitators. We have personality development trainings, corporate trainings. So There are varied fields, and that's what I said. Everything depends upon the student.
And the
After they
passion have.
graduate, what they want to do or what they're specialized in.
Okay. And
Event managers, yes, of course. Event management is
event
it's a
management also.
huge, big area.
yeah.
Personally.
And another thing is, what kind of courses or workshops you have for teachers, especially?
Yes, actually, initial time itself, we had a very good, while drama school started, we had a very good 1 month training for teachers.
Okay.
And also in between, we had a short-term courses for teachers. And now actually, UGC is also promoting outreach programs and public-related, interactions and all. So we have programs like for, not only for teachers, for the general public, workshops for the general public. And we also do programs for projects we have done for Kudumbasri, we have done for the police force. Recently we did on POSCO. So we interact with people, and also
so in
we,
that, like I know that there may be lots of students and teachers who are watching our interaction. So suppose let us put the question like this: if a student asks, "Why should I do a workshop in theatre?" A teacher asks, "Why should I do?" So what is the change? What is the take home or take away?
outcome.
Yeah. What is the outcome?
Yeah, again it depends on
For students.
what workshop they wanted to attend.
Yes.
Might be an acting oriented workshop, might be a general workshops where it's like more of a personality development, life skill. People spend a lot of money on,
that's it, yeah.
for life skill trainings. And we have tremendous varieties of life skill trainings. And theatre is actually the mother of theatre. Or theatre based exercises for life skill is actually the mother.
That's a very valid
Even from
and
Rajneesh,
important
Osho,
point.
Rajneesh to the entire people, they all adapt from theatre techniques. So all these life skill trainers. So
And for
for
teachers.
corporate trainers, they have like industrial psychologists, and so all these basics. What they do, I've attended a lot of workshops, similar workshops. So what they do basically is what we, deal with. So.
Yeah. And for teachers also, it's going
Teachers
to help.
definitely theatre in education is another area where theatre is applied, and as teachers, B.Ed colleges, we do go to B.Ed colleges to train teachers.
Wonderful. So all viewers out there, whoever is unaware of the possibilities in theatre or what is it like, if you're still confused about it, please follow the kinds of guidelines we had during this interaction. I hope you have noted these things. Please make use of it. It's really, really worth attending some of the workshops related to theatre. It's going to make a tremendous change in your perception towards life, your personality, towards everything. As Sir rightly said, life skill development is one of the major outcomes of studying theatre or being part of any of the theatre practices. Yes, sir. Let's go. Sir, as a teacher, I personally believe that a teacher teacher should be a performer in the classroom. So, and classroom is like the performance space, where we involve learners. So I have always wanted to come to a place like this, mainly for the reason, the kind of experience that my students or students in general, learners in general, as well as teachers, gain by looking at the activities of a theatre campus or a school of drama campus like this. So, my question is, what kind of experience does theatre offer to a person? How does it create an impact in one's personality?
Okay, yeah.
I think you are the right person who can give from your experience, from your expertise, the right kind of suggestions to learners as well as teachers mainly.
Okay, yeah. See, it's a wonderful question, and as we know that if you complete the theatre course, if you engage in this kind of a professional course, you have a lot of job opportunities like film, television, and even entertainment in the industry. But apart from that, if the theatre can make a lot of wonders among children's. Children's means is those who are studying in schools, colleges, or not only in that, there are those who affected by war. Now those students can also make a lot of changes through practicing theatre. I just remember one documentary, and actually it's about war affected people in the Palestine and Israel. There were one theatre activist, Arna Kamis. She worked among this war-affected students around 3-4 years, and they were like orphans. So their parents died in the war, and so these students actually empowered by the theatre activities done by Arnamar Kamis. So like that way, when we engage with the theatre activities, especially students, we know very clearly, we know that they become very spontaneous. Even those who have learning difficulties, they can easily learn things from the surroundings, easily learn their lessons through theatre. There were a lot of eminent theatre practitioners already proven, scientifically proven, they can become a great human being. There is one practitioner, Aryam Mushkin. She used to say, when you are going to theatre, if you are watching a play, when you are going inside the theatre, you keep certain kind of attitude. Once you come out from the theatre, you become a better human being. So like that way, when you are in the institutional level, if you apply theatre, all the learning process become much easier. See, as a teacher, we always have a role models, and we have a conventional teaching method. People, when we are going to school, when we are going to classroom, so they have a preconceived idea, and they go, and sometimes they have a mechanical pattern. But if you go through theatre, if you have trained in theatre, you can take lot of challenges. You can become very fresh, very alive, very organic. So you can respond to the students in a very organic way. That's one of the most beautiful thing in when we are engaging in teaching profession. Most of the time, teachers use the oral method, but instead of oral method, if you can engage students if you can encourage students to visualize things, so they can easily memorize things. The visual memory is the most powerful tool among the human body. So always theatre teachers, when we are teaching something, so they can encourage students to visualize things, even science or physics or mathematics, whichever subject, they can in a very fun-filled, very useful and very fruitful way, they can help them to visualize. So that actually, these teachers can practice these kind of techniques when they are engaging with theatre practices.
So I hope you enjoyed today's episode at the beautiful campus, School of Drama and Performing Arts, Thrissur. It's an amazing campus that you shouldn't miss visiting when you visit Kerala and the cultural capital of Kerala, Thrissur district. I would say, it's a statement made by someone, I forgot the name, a beautiful statement. It is like this: when I studied theatre, I actually understood the whole drama going around. What a brilliant statement. So keep that in mind. Enjoy theatrical performances around you. Look for these kinds of places where you can get resources and build up your personality. Learn a lot about life. Take care. See you again with another episode. Bye-bye.